Here we have a nice modern skyscraper, another modern skyscraper for you. This one here I decorated as a hospital, but you could do whatever you want with the interior. You could build a farm in here if you're doing survival stuff. You could put apartments in here if you wanted to figure that out. I decided that it kind of looks like a hospital building, so I decorated the interior as a hospital. But it doesn't matter what you do on the interior. What matters is it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I like this one quite a bit. I like how it has this sort of sweeping glass part, and then the top is relatively minimalist. This one should be pretty easy for you to build, although you will have to harvest quite a bit of Blackstone and quite a bit of white concrete to get it done. It's sort of a thinner design that is kind of longer, so it's sort of oblong, and it has some curve to it, which I like very much. So let's take a look at the interior that I did. So inside we've got a nice little lobby here with some trees and some people that aren't there. That's the way all hospital lobbies are. You walk in and no one's behind the desk. I don't know what that's about. I don't know why they have those desks. Anyway, then we have this multi-floor elevator. I might include a tutorial on how to do this, but basically all it is it's water columns that will take you up to each individual floor, except for the fact that I kind of ran out of floors for the water columns. So this one here actually does not have the soul bubbles or whatever to take you up, so you have to swim this one by yourself up to the first floor like this, and then all these other ones take you up to their respective floors, except for the top floor. You have to go in this one, and then there's one other little elevator to take you to the surgery room, which I'll show you. So this is the main floor, and all of these floors are the same. There's 2 rooms on here, and each room has a little bit of a hospital bed. I tried to make one of those things where they put the little IV bags on it, and then like a little heart monitory, health monitory thing, and then the bed, of course, and then some tables, and then this is like the chalkboard or whiteboard that they write stuff on, like what's happening today and what room number you're in and all that kind of stuff. And then we have a little lamp and a potted plant and another little plant. No, the other one has the other little plant. Anyway, both of these rooms are pretty much the same. Pretty much, there we go. That one has the plant. I tried to make this as like sort of like some sort of like graph or something if you just look at the tops of these, but you may want to use the clock instead. I'm trying to think of something technical to make to kind of show what's going on. Anyway, here's a little nurse's station right here where the nurse hangs out and maybe monitors the patients that are in his or her care. And then each of these floors is exactly the same except for this last one, where if we go all the way up to the top of the elevator like this, and then we go in this one right here, this little elevator, we come to the surgery room. So right here we have sort of the double doors that take you through like the little area where like the surgeons wash their hands and stuff, and then maybe these are some things, whatever, and then there's glass that shows you the surgery room. So then if we go in here, everything is all white, and then we have some surgical instruments, and then we have some little machines here, maybe some more pots with medicines or whatever in them, and then another little machine. And then we have like the screen that they sometimes use to show x-rays or show multiple when they're doing their surgeries, show kind of what's going on. And then we have some more of those little IV thingamabobbers, and then another little machine maybe. And then here's the operating table with a big light over the top. So that's kind of my my thoughts on a surgical room. I think this works pretty well, actually. It's a little bit spooky. Being somebody that's had a surgery before, a major surgery, is kind of like, yeah, that looks a little too real. And it's actually pretty simple to build. And speaking of building it, let's get on with that. Okay, we're going to start things off with a 29 by 42 foundation of this andesite, a polished andesite. That's kind of an optional thing. I liked it as kind of like a base for the tower, but if you want to put a different base on it, go for it. What's really important though is the white concrete floor here. This is the actual floor of the build, and I'm building it actually 1 block above the grass here, just so you kind of have a reference point. Okay, so what we do is we're going to go 9 across the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then you're going to come back by a block and then do 2, and then come back by a block and do 3. And then you're going to go along this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 blocks, then 2, then 2, then 1, and then you're going to come across this another 9. So this is 9, then it's symmetrical. So it's completely symmetrical. I'm going to hover above it so you can see it a little bit, and you can use the torches and the andesite for counting. Okay, next go ahead and extend the edge of that foundation. So the very edge block up 7 blocks. So you're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the 6th block, you're going to make a black polished a polished Blackstone block. Like that, all the way around, a ring of it. And then on this side, I did this little window deal right here. So we have a space of 3. And each of these windows is 4 blocks tall like that. So there's you can count it out like that. And then right here we have the doorway. I just made a glass doorway that's 3 wide, and then another window there. And then in the front, I just did 2 windows like this. So the door of this thing is on the side. These 2 little windows are on the front. Take the very back wall up an additional 67 blocks. So you're gonna start right here and go 67 blocks up and make the entire back wall out of white concrete 67 blocks taller. Then you're gonna do that same thing to this little piece of 2 right here. So there's like 2 blocks, this little section right there. Another 67 all the way to the top. So these are all the same height. And so is this one as well. Okay, that'll make a total height of the edge of the building here that's going to be 67 plus 7, so that's going to be 74 blocks all the way to the top. So that's going to give you a total height of 74 blocks all the way from the ground level, including this block is number 1, all the way to the top of 74. Okay, next you're going to take and you're going to make the exact same ring as the bottom, so the exact same pattern as the bottom up here, and you're going to make it 13 blocks tall from the top down. So from the top down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 blocks like that. After that, what you're going to do is you're going to make another copy of the ring of our pattern here on the ground out of this polished Blackstone, and you're going to do it every 2 spaces. So basically if we have like a space of 2, so 1, 2 blocks, and then we have a ring of Blackstone copying this exact pattern on the bottom here. And then you're going to have another space of 2, and then a ring of Blackstone, and you're going to do 11 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 of them. All right, at the top of this 11th one right here, at the very back, you're going to place a block right there. And then you're going to come up a block and place a block right there for a little diagonal. Then what you're going to do is you're actually going to come up and out 1 so that you're basically right above this block, and there's a space of 2 like that. And then you're just going to create a diagonal that goes like this, and just all the way up like this. And you can leave these blocks here because we're going to fill it in, so you can leave like those blocks. So what you're going to do is you're just going to go diagonally up like this all the way until you reach the ring that we did on the top here. The way you know you did your diagonal correctly is if you place a block right there. If you have that, then your diagonal's correct. Then do the same thing on the other side, and then we're going to fill in this space like that. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to come up here straight up and connect it to that, and then you're going to connect all of this straight up and just completely fill it in with white concrete all the way up to there, like that, and the whole side, and then do the other side as well, just like that. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to continue this pattern of these rings going around, except what you're going to do is you're going to go up 2 blocks, and you're going to do the pattern based on where you are on this diagonal. So basically what we need to do is do a space of 2 blocks, so then the third one is going to be like that. So we're going to basically replicate our ring pattern here all the way across here like this, da 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 da, and you're going to go, okay, so we need another space of 2, so 1, 2, and then the third one there. So the next ring will start there and continue around. The next ring will start 1, 2 there and start and go around 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then the last ring will actually be right along the bottom of this white concrete like that. There we go. Just like that. Okay, and if you look at my example over there, you can see how that works and why we're doing that. This is the part where you're going to have to decide what you want to do with this tower. If you want to just build like a farm inside of it, then you're going to do one thing. But if you want to build like floors inside of it and even copy exactly what I did on the interior, then this is the next step. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take, and everywhere that you have one of these Blackstone things going around like a ring like that, what you want to do is you want to basically build a ring all the way inside of this. We're at the bottom and at the very top layer of white concrete on the bottom. So I'm just going to put a single block layer all the way inside like this. Okay, and that's going to be our foundation for some glass going up. So all the way around. Okay, like that. And if you want to build that elevator, then you're going to go like this as well. But if you don't want to build the elevator, then you don't need this bar. Okay, next what you want to do is every other one of these, you're going to fill it in with white concrete like this. Now, this is the part where you need to decide what you're going to do with this. So if you want to build a farm in here, probably the way that this is going to look the best is if you just put glass from here all the way up as high as where this diagonal is. As if you just stack glass like all the way up inside of here, that's going to look the best. But if you want to put floors in, then what's going to look the best is if you actually put white concrete behind every other one of these. So we're going to skip this one, and then we're going to do this one with some white concrete like this. And if you want to make floors, then you're actually going to do an entire floor and just fill this entire thing in with white concrete, or whatever floor block you want to use. So if you don't want to use white concrete, you don't have to. But it's probably going to look the best from the outside if you use white concrete floors. Okay, so then you're going to fill that whole thing in with white concrete, and then you're going to skip this one, and then you're going to do the next one with white concrete like that, and then you're going to skip and do the next one with white concrete like that, and skip, and you get the idea like that if you're going to build floors. But if you're not going to build floors, then I would just do glass all the way up. And like if you're going to make like a big, I don't know, sugarcane farm or kelp farm or something inside of this, then what you're going to do is you're just going to just put glass all the way to the top. And what I mean by the glass is we're going to get glass here like this, and we're going to use light blue glass. You could use another color if you want to, but that's what I used on that one, is the light blue. I think it looks really good with the Blackstone and stuff. And you're gonna fill in that right there. So it should be a space of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of glass like this. And what I was saying, if you want to build the farm, is don't build this ring right here. Just keep going up like that, and that'll look really cool. But if you want floors, then it'll look really derpy if your floor kind of goes like this, and then you have like this glass that you can see down, but you're not actually looking outside the building. Yeah, that looks really derpy. Trust me, I've done it that way before in a couple other builds, and it just looks bad. So do it this way if you're doing floors. Okay, so we're just going to fill in every single one of these. So we're going to fill the glass like all the way around inside of here, and then we're also going to fill in every single floor with the white concrete. Notice that every other one of these Blackstone rings has a floor inside of it like that. Your final floor should have landed right here at the top of this one. So like behind this ring, you'll have a floor now if you did that correctly. Then there's going to be 2 more floors. One is going to be the very top layer here, which is actually 1 block lower than the final height of our 74 blocks, I think, whatever I said, height here. And then there's one in the middle, and it's actually 5 blocks apart between these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So each like floor has a height of 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. Okay, so then you need to put this floor in as well. Okay, also I left this back block off of each floor, this back row of blocks, to fit that elevator that I did. If you want to build a different elevator on this, I highly recommend that, because the one I did is pretty derpy and it's not that great, but it is functional. Anyway, yeah, except for the very top floor, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to fill that in with some white concrete here, like this. So you're just going to fill this in. And then we just have a few little details to do, and aside from the interior, we are done. Okay, the first of those details is this little window right here. So right above the very top ring of Blackstone, we've got this guy right here, and it is 5 by 3 tall, and it's 2 away from the edge right here. It's a little hard to see the white concrete, but there's 2 blocks there, 2 blocks there like that, and it's just a little window. These are the glass blocks right here. And the reason I mentioned that is because these 2 windows are actually made of glass panes. And there are, so if 2 from the top of the building down, and then 1 from each edge. It's hard to see that edge. There it is. 1 block away from the edge, and then another space of 2. And then I just did it all the way across like that, and then filled it with glass panes. And then a similar thing over here. So 2 from the top, 1 from the front edge, 2 from the back edge. Don't ask me why, it just looks better that way. And then filled with glass panes like that. And then another set of those windows over here like that. It's exactly the same thing. 1 from the front, 2 from the back, etc. Okay, next on the back of this thing, we have these 2 Blackstone columns, the polished Blackstone. So we're going to put 2 polished Blackstone right there. So it's 1 from the kind of corner here, and then a space of 3, and then 2 there. And we're just going to extend those up all the way to the very top of our building, and then 1 block over the top like this. So we're just going to go all the way up, and then it's going to go over the top by 1. Okay, just like that. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to put 2 pieces of Blackstone right there. You could also do this right there, not that. This right here. What that does, it kind of gives you the illusion that you have a couple of columns going up, kind of supporting the building. And it also is a nice little detail, I think. Okay, next, right at the center here, we're going to make a space of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're going to come here and build a 5 block long wall centered on that same center point. So it's centered on the building here, 8 spaces from the front. And then this is going to be 5, and then you have a single block here diagonal, and then you've got 9 across here, single block 5, single block 9, single block like that, all the way around. And this is going to be that little top building right there. Okay, you're going to go ahead and extend that ring up 7 blocks, but the second to last block is polished Blackstone here, and then the 7th one is sort of the top. And then what you got is where that polished Blackstone is you're going to fill in the roof here. And I didn't put anything in here, but you totally could put like a door on the side of this or something and put something in here. I just left it empty. It's just sort of to look cool, kind of finish off the top of the building. Then the last thing you're going to do is you're going to grab yourself some cobblestone, cobblestone walls and some iron bars. And we're going to build these little towers here. So basically all I did was I built 3 towers of different heights. I don't even know how tall they are, and it doesn't really matter. Just kind of use your own judgment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And do 3 different towers that are 3 different heights. And then pretty much what I did is I built the cobblestone wall part and the iron bar part the same length. So that was 9. So there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And for whatever reason, hospitals always have these tower thingies on top of them. Maybe this one's a little too tall, so we'll drop it down by 3, so that's now 6. And then we're going to do like 2 more of these up here. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And maybe we'll do 1 more like right here. And we'll make it kind of in the middle of the heights. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that. And we have just some little towers, just like that. I think these look better than the ones I did over there. Pretty cool. All right, that's the exterior and the major structure. If you're going to do a different interior, then you're all done and you can decorate your interior as you see fit. But I will run you through how I did my interiors really quickly, and then we'll be done. All right, let's take a look at this interior. So what I did is I started off with some brick, and I just did 3 wide here, as wide as the door, going back. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks back, like this, and then it's 3 wide going straight to this little elevator thing. And then the way I did the elevator, I'll show you the full thing in just a little bit, but basically you want to fill in white concrete 1 block away from the edge. So basically, like if I don't want to break that because water is going to come pouring out, but basically like, or it's not going to come pouring out for some random reason. The back wall is like 1 block away. So you have to fill this in with the white concrete like that. And I suppose it would look better if you did this as well with this Blackstone here. Probably look better. There we go. Perfect. All right, cool. Then what you're going to do is build this little lobby thing. I don't even know how long this is, but it goes from the edge there to here. That's, let's see, 2 blocks away from where the sort of circle comes in like that. And then a couple of end rods, as you can see, in the shroom lights. And then we have a slab with a couple of these just for some chairs. I did like minimal decorating in here. If you want to do more decorating, go ahead. And then what I did is I did a little bit of grass in this area. So I just put some grass blocks in and replaced the concrete. And then I just did a couple derpy little trees here. So just some fence posts and then some fence post branches with some, I used some jungle leaves in here because, you know, indoor trees. Jungle leaves, I don't know, made sense to me. And then I did a larger tree here with kind of a larger grass area there, just to kind of make a little lobby in this area. Okay, we'll talk about the elevator here in a little bit. I'll probably show you on the other one how I did it. There we go. On this floor, what I did is, let's see, so right here where the glass comes in and it is, you know, the major long piece of wall right there. What I did is I built a wall from here all the way across to here. So that wall is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then including that block right there, 7. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4 from this point right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I built it all the way along here, all the way along to this point right here in the front. And then I cut out this area here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then just a little thing right here. You could put like a fence gate right here so that, like, you know, you could close that off to the public or whatever. And then right in this area, let's see, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away from there, I built another wall going this way like that is full height. And then I have this right here just to kind of be a little bit of a lower portion. You could go like this too to kind of sell it a little bit better. But this is kind of where the nurse's station is, right here. And then I just did some iron trapdoors like that for a little counter, some shulker boxes for like a little cabinet, maybe some files in there, a little computer here with a painting, polished Blackstone and button. That's a pressure plate, of course. And then we have, you know, just a derpy little chair and a plant and one of these things just to be a medical thingy doohicker, whatever. And then right here, 2 blocks away here, there's a door like that. And then this room is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks long. And then there's a wall here. And I believe the other one is also 7, like this. Yeah, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 and then a wall and then 7 and then this wall here. Okay, and then inside here, this is just some quartz stairs for a bed, like that. And then I did some solid quartz, some quartz slabs there for like the pillow or the headboard or whatever. And then I did kind of like this derpy headboard here. Hospitals always have this thing, and basically they put like the oxygen and the whatever on that little panel. And then a little chair there. Some iron bars with a trapdoor on this side for this little sort of computer readout thingy-mabob. And then here we have just a cobblestone wall, an iron bar with a brewing stand on top of it filled with bottles, and then a gray carpet to be one of these sort of trees where they have, you know, the IV thingy-mabobs. And then an item frame with some sort of an object on it to kind of be the controls for the IV thingy-mabob. On this wall, some trapdoors for the sort of whiteboard. If you use the birchwood trapdoors, it kind of looks like a little whiteboards or like some sort of display thingy-mabob. And then we've got, of course, some more shulker boxes. You could also use chests or barrels or something. And then we've got a little plant and a trash can there. And then here, just a birch door. I like my doors to be 3 blocks tall inside. And then so I just do it like that. A little sign here just to kind of show, you know, like what room number it is or whatever. And then same thing in here, I think I did this one just a little differently with, there's not a plant, but it's basically the same thing. And then on the top, I did just 4 of these sea lanterns, just really basic and simple. Down the hallway, we've got carpet all the way, like that. And then that is pretty much it. Oh, there's a giant painting here in the lobby, and every single one of these floors is exactly the same. In fact, when I made this, I just copied and pasted it. And then here is our elevator going all the way to the top, like this. The very top floor I decorated like this. So I did a wall across here. It's basically 1 block away from the elevator. You could move it in a little bit more, 1 block more, like that. It's actually 1 block away from this window here, like this. So yeah, that might help you. And then I did a little iron trapdoor counter with some pots on it, and then this stuff. Then we have a double door here that's 2 blocks away there into our surgical area, where roughly in the center of the room I put this derpy little table, and then you can see I put some lights over it hung by some cobblestone walls. I did a double cobblestone wall and then some trapdoors like this with these paintings on it to kind of be the the x-ray looking thingy while the surgeon is working. And then we've got some other little deals like this for some other machinery, and then lights all the way around, sea lanterns, and then a little derpy table like this. These are iron trapdoors in case you couldn't tell that. And then we've got some item frames with some surgical tools, and yeah, and more of these little IV thingies. I didn't even complete them with the the item frame on them at all, or the carpets or the bottles, but you could do more if you want to. I'm just using this as like an example to show you how to make a little hospital room. Okay, that is that. Oh yeah, the window, some more of these up here. That's that. Simple decorations. Oh yeah, and we got to do the elevator. Let me show you this elevator, how I did it, in case you want to do a similarly derpy elevator. All right, here's a mock-up of how I did the elevator. So this is your bottom floor like this, and what I did is I put 2 rows of fence gates that are open like this. You could also use signs, but I like the fence gates because they're like, if you break one of them on accident, you don't break all of them. You know what I mean? Anyway, then what you're going to do is at each level, so let's say that this is our ground level right here, okay? So if we go up in this bubble column, I'm going to turn these into bubble columns in a little bit. This is going to be like our first floor that we get off on, right? Or the second floor, I guess you could say, like that. And so then what I have here is I have some fence gates going up from that floor to the next floor, like this. And then at that next floor, you're going to place in some more water. And so then you have this kind of a stacked effect where it goes like that, right? So the further over to the right I go, the further up the floor I go, if that makes sense. Then what you have to do is you have to fill in all of these with fence gates like this. And the reason you have to do that is because in order to create bubble columns, I need to make these into source blocks, of course. And so then what I need to do is I need to make sure that these right here aren't going to, they're not going to have the water leak out from them. Now I suppose you could just do the fence gates that you need in front of the water, but I did them all the way across in my example over there just to make them look consistent. So, but you don't actually really need these fence gates right here. You just need the ones that are in front of the water like this. And then if this is our top floor, you don't actually need anything up there. And then the cool thing about this particular design is that if I want to go down, say, to this level, or let's say I want to go down to this level right here, all I have to do is jump down that column, and then I'm at that particular level like this. All right, once you get all that done, what you have to do is turn these into bubble columns by getting out your kelp. Help, I need some kelp. I know, every time I have to do that joke. Okay. And we're just going to fill this in with kelp, all the way up to its maximum possible height. Like that. And then we do the next one. And this is literally how I do it. I like swim up backwards like this to place in the kelp. Or I suppose you could wait like an hour or 2 or 3 of your life to wait for the kelp to grow. But that's stupid. Who wants to wait that long? So I just go out in the ocean, grab a bunch of kelp, And I do that. Oh yeah, I have a block back here I forgot to place. There we go. See, so if you don't have the fence gates, this is what happens. It makes a big watery mess. But if you have the fence gates, then it's okay. All right, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna break each one of these kelps down here, like this. Get rid of all that. Go up to the top and collect it if you wanna keep it. And then you go and you get your soul sand. Like that. Soul sand. I don't know if it works for soul soil. I don't think it does. Whoa! And as you can see, you got bubble columns now when you do that. And I also seem to have a leak somewhere. Oh, I see. There we go. I hate working with water because once it leaks like that, like you're toast. So you just have to be really careful when you're dealing with water to not let it leak out. Okay. Or maybe do this first and then do your decorations. I don't know, because decorations tend to be the things that get messed up. Okay, so basically then what you can do is, like, if I get into this bubble column right here, it takes me up to this particular floor right there. So if I get in that bubble column, see, it takes me up to this floor, that floor right there. And if I get in like this one here, it takes me up to that floor. And then the reason I left this one open is because on my design here, I don't have enough bubble columns for every single floor. So what I did is I made this one here so you could swim up and down it so that you could still get to the bottom floor like that, or you could swim up to get to the second floor. Now, of course, these dimensions are wrong because I have a 5-block space instead of a 2-block space in between each floor. But this shows you like how the bubble column actually works like that. And then here's our floors, of course, like that. For each level, like this. Okay, and then yeah, I can jump down this one, and I'm at this floor right here. Or I can go here, and I can be down, you know, to the floor right below it, and so on and so forth. So if I come over to our actual one, if I want to go up to like the first floor, what I have to do is come in here, and I have to actually swim up to this first floor. La la la. It's not that bad, like that. But then when I go down, I'm actually able to get down here. Because I actually need 2 more columns for the number of floors that I have, but I just don't have that much space in the actual build. But if I want to go to the very top floor, or let's say I want to go to one of these middle floors, right? I just go in this column, and I'm at the middle floor, right? And then if I want to go back down to like the second floor, I just jump down here, and I'm at that particular floor. Now, to get to the very top floor where the surgery room is, I had to do a little trickery. So what I did is, this is the next floor down from the surgery floor, actually. So you can see like, oh, yeah, this is still like a floor with rooms. And then what I had to do is right here, I made a bubble column right here. So you'll be able to do this when you see it. Don't worry, you'll figure it out. And then there's, I just did 2 fence gates right there. And then this bubble column takes us to the very top floor. So in order to get to the very top floor, you have to go to the second to last floor, this one, and just go in this bubble column right here. And you're at the top one, just like that. And then you're at the surgery room. And then la la la, back down here. To get all the way back down, you go into this very far left column. And you're back down, like that. Well, guys and gals, this has been Hex. I hope you've enjoyed this little episode of how to build in Minecraft, and I hope you tried this skyscraper out. It's actually pretty easy. There's a lot of blocks involved, but as far as building it, it's not too hard. So I hope you give it a try. It's a really cool one, I think, and I think it'll look really good if you're doing a city, or even if you want to use it as a base or something. But anyways, I hope you're having an amazing, awesome, beautiful day, and God bless. Oh, and Happy New Year to 2021.